All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Master Sergeant Laura Arnold. I've been in the Air Force for 18 years, and I've been in health professions recruiting for almost 3 years. I've been in recruiting for almost 9 years. So today we're going to go over our Medical Corps Health Professional Scholarship Program briefing. And with me, I have Sergeant Branham.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Master Sergeant Branham. I've been in the Air Force for 20 years. I'm an aircraft maintainer by trade. This is my second tour in recruiting service. I took about a 7-year break between 2013 and 2020, but I'm here and glad to help you guys out in any way, shape, or form. Mr. Sergeant Rivera.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sergeant Rivera. I'm also a maintainer by trade. I've been in the Air Force for 15 years, and this is my second tour in recruiting, almost 6 years now. And been doing health professions specifically for about 3 years. So look forward to giving you guys the information you would need to make that informed decision.
Cool. And on the line with us, we also have Lieutenant Kuskevich. She's actually a UNE student, so I'll let her introduce herself as well.
Hi, everyone. I'm Melanie. I'm a second lieutenant in the Air Force, which I'm super excited about. I commissioned last year before starting medical school. So that makes me a second-year medical student. And I'm here to just provide perspective and get you guys going on the right path. So thanks for joining us.
All right, so for today's briefing, we're going to go over some eligibility requirements, the position description, some advantages of being a physician in the Air Force benefits, training and professional growth, the steps, and answer any questions.
All right, so eligibility requirements for Medical Corps Health Profession Scholarship is you have to pass the military physical, be a US citizen, age cutoff is 39 years old, have good moral character, no major drug usage, no major law violations, no major health problems, GPA of at least 3.2, and an MCAT score of a 500 with subsections of 124. And you must be accepted or enrolled into an accredited medical school in the United States or Puerto Rico.
So this is some of the position descriptions. What is a health professional scholarship? The HPSP is a term you commonly will hear. So the HPSP is an Air Force scholarship that is designed to alleviate the financial burden associated with medical school and allows you to dedicate yourself to learning.
So some of the benefits of the MC-HPSP is essentially it is a full-ride tuition scholarship. So it's going to pay 100% of your tuition. It'll cover all your books, fees, and anything that's required by the school. And it'll also pay you, the student, a monthly stipend that's currently sitting at $2,540 a month. That equals about $30,000 annually, and there's the option for the $20,000 sign-on bonus. So the total stipend benefit for a 4-year, you don't have any educational debt, and in total, you get about $141,000 in your pocket. For the 3-year, again, no educational debt, plus about $111,000 in your pocket.
All right, so some of the advantages to being an Air Force physician is you have free CMEs or continuing education, no overhead costs, no malpractice insurance, no HMOs, matching 401k, plus a pension. You get to work in a small, medium, and large practice setting, and you can apply for humanitarian missions across the globe. You also have leadership and advancement opportunities. And you can also, at that time, apply to department chair, hospital commander, or even a residency program director.
Benefits to becoming a physician in the Air Force. You get excellent starting salary with regular pay raises and promotions, 30 days paid vacation each year, and continuing education opportunities. You also receive tax-free housing and food allowances, compensation for medical and dental care for yourself and any dependents you may have, opportunities to live and work and travel around the world, and generous retirement programs.
Training as an Air Force physician. So as an Air Force Medical Corps Health Profession Scholarship applicant, you'll be a member of the Medical Corps and also be a highly respected member of one of the world's premier healthcare teams. You'll enter active duty and attend the 5-week commissioned officer training course at Maxwell Air Force Base in Alabama. This course is aligned in a 4-phase approach: orientation, development, application, and transition.
So residency training. The Air Force HPSP participants matched above 92% of their first choice last year in residencies. Apply for Air Force residency, or you may apply for a civilian residency through the Joint Services Graduate Medical Education Board. The Air Force needs residency trained board eligible physicians, and we have 10 Air Force residencies throughout the country. So these are just some of the residency locations. We'll let you guys take a second to look at that.
Commitment. It's a year-for-year after residency training. So 4-year HPSP scholarship requires a four-year active duty commitment. A 3-year scholarship requires a 3-year commitment. You will be an active board eligible physician after you complete your residency training. Residency training counts towards time in service, so retirement and things like that you can think of, and in time and grade. So that comes into play for promotions and your pay along through.
So some of the next steps, if you decide this is something you want to do, we'll have to complete an initial appointment with you. We'll request your source documentation, such as your driver's license, social security card, birth certificate, passport, and license and certifications you may have. Once we collect that from you and we have that initial appointment, then we'll start building your initial profile in a system called AFRIS. From there, we'll send you a medical pre-screen and also send you an AFSEP link, which is how you do your background investigation and also allows you to sign digital forms. At that point, we transfer you over to our pre-processing cell. That individual is gonna help you get set up with the physical and any other kind of interviews or appointments you may need to do. And then from there, we'll build your board package and submit it forward. If you're selected, you'll then get transferred over to the post-processing cell, who will help you with your commissioning documentation, start your background investigation, fingerprint, stuff like that, and ultimately get you prepared for the commissioned officer training. So with that, we hold boards from October through May. For the matrix applicants, which means that you have a 3.4 undergrad GPA and 504 MCAT, no less than 124 on subsections. That's on a first come, first served basis. It's pretty much a shoo-in if you're medically qualified to join. As for the non-matrix, that's also rolling, but they wait until they have a certain amount of applications before they actually board it. As for when you should apply, in my opinion, the earlier the better. So like once you complete your undergrad and you're like scheduled to take the MCAT, at that point, reach out to us. So typically the summer after you complete your undergrad, so that we can get everything lined up and teed up. So the second you get a medical school acceptance letter, we can submit your package. So with that, just to recap on it a little bit, the HPSP is going to cover 100% of your tuition. It's going to cover your books, fees, any kind of required equipment that the school says that you need. And they're going to pay you the stipend. So with that, you're going to be expected to do commissioned officer training, preferably before your first year of medical school, but they can waive it and have you do it between your first and second year. From there, you're going to have 45-day active duty tours in between your program years. And then in your fourth year, that's when you're going to apply to the boards for your residency. So you're actually going to apply to two. You apply to the military board and also the civilian board. For the military, it is, like we said, about 92% selection rate for your first choice. But if you're not selected, then you'll play off the civilian match. For the civilian match, if you are selected for one of those, it could go one of a few different directions. One, it could be civilian sponsored, meaning that the Air Force is going to pay you as if you're an officer while you're attending residency. In that case, you may incur more of a service commitment. The second choice is a military deferment while you're in residency. That's where you're just going to get paid what the hospital pays you. The third option is GMO. Or do you want to explain that?
Sure. So GMO is a general medical officer tour. Basically, you're using that 1 year tour where you didn't match to hone your skills and I guess build up your CV to have it ready to go for the next time that you apply to match. Most likely you'll match the second time that you apply. Cool. So Lieutenant Kuskovic, I do have some questions from the field from some individuals that weren't able to join us today. So I was wondering if you could answer those for us.
Sure.
Okay, awesome. So one question was, what does your typical day look like as an Air Force HPSP student?
So I go to a civilian medical school. So pretty much I act just like a regular medical student. I go to class. I don't have to be in uniform, and I just do the regular day-to-day as a medical student. But there are 2 commitments as an Air Force officer, and that's officer training school as well as an aerospace flight medicine course. And OTS is a 5.5-week course, and the aerospace flight medicine course is 10 days, I believe.
Awesome. What did you learn at the aerospace course?
I actually wasn't able to do it this past summer just due to my timing, but I've heard really great things about it, and you get to fly a plane, which I'm excited for, which I'll do this summer.
Ooh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the second question kind of leads into that. How was OTS for you?
Yeah, OTS was a really cool experience. It was the first time I got to actually feel like I was in the Air Force, because I went basically right into medical school but after I commissioned, and it was great. We learned how to do all the customs and courtesies, wear our uniforms properly, how to salute, how to do all, like I said, all of the basics of how to be an officer, as well as specific leadership fine-tuning courses where we did classroom work as well as different exercises to really fine-tune our leadership skills and really train us in how to be officers and work the system of the Air Force and do a good job at that. So it was really fun. There was also a physical fitness part of that, which I would recommend just staying fit and staying active to prepare for that. And it won't be too bad.
Okay, cool. The last question that I get from people, for people that are already in med school, is like, are you excited about matching, or are you nervous, or what do you feel right now and then maybe later?
Well, I'm only a second year, so I'm not up, the match isn't for me just yet, but of course I think about it all the time, just like regular stressed out medical students do. But yeah, I'm super excited. I hope to match with the Air Force and do an Air Force residency. I think that the Air Force has amazing and unique opportunities for medicine and for students and for learning that's hands-on like no other organization in the world. And I'm super excited about it, and I look forward to it in the next 2 years.
Okay, awesome. Well, I mean, really, that was all the questions that I had from the field. I don't know if you had anything that you wanted to add to the briefing before we jump off here, but
I think just if you're thinking about joining the Air Force, like just go for it and submit your application sooner rather than later. It is a process, but if you work the steps and you do what you're supposed to and hand in all your paperwork, it will work out in the end. And it's been a great experience for me so far, and I hope to see you all out there in the field.
awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Lieutenant Kuskovic, and we appreciate you joining us. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and then we'll just end our session, okay?
All right, thank you. Bye.